Good evening, I'm Chris Costa. We begin with developing news out of Medford tonight, where the Attorney General's office is investigating an officer-involved shooting. News Center's Jackie Mundry has the details. A judge has decided that a portion of the confession by John Williams will not be used in court. Williams is accused of leading police on a 4-day manhunt after allegedly shooting and killing Somerset County Sheriff's Deputy Corporal Eugene Cole more than a year ago. A judge decided that the first 90 minutes of the interrogation by police officers is admissible as evidence in the trial. The judge ruled that once Williams began asking for a chance to sleep, anything he said after that point should not be used in court. Williams' lawyers tried to suppress all statements he made after police captured him, arguing that those statements were coerced. They claim police beat Williams, who was withdrawing from drugs at the time. A police officer hit Williams in the head while trying to handcuff him, but the judge ruled that he was not beaten in order to obtain a confession. As for the now infamous photo of Williams' head being held up by his hair just moments after being handcuffed in the woods, the Supreme Court says it saw no need for it to be taken since those who captured him knew full well who they had in custody. Williams' trial for the death of Corporal Cole is expected to begin in June. Tonight, Senator Angus King is back in the Pine Tree State after spending 4 days in Iraq. He, alongside 2 fellow senators, talked foreign policy and security with the region's leaders and addressed issues like ISIS. Cameron O'Brien spoke with King tonight about that trip and touched on another issue here at home, the Mueller report. Police along the East Coast are on the lookout tonight for 2 boys from northern Maine. Police are following leads that the boys have been taken against their will to North or South Carolina. They are brothers. Joel Struther is 12 years old. His brother Carter Struther is 10. And those other names about to appear on your screen, they're the people believed to be with Joel and Carter. Joel Struther, Kimberly McLeod, who also goes by Kimberly Struther, Christopher McLeod, and Matthew McLeod. Police say one of the men is the boy's father. They were last known to be at a hotel in Bangor. If you have any information on where these 2 children might be, please call police in Presque Isle. The father of a Lewiston student who drowned on a school field trip is suing the city and state. Ryan Issa died last June while on a field trip to Rang Pond State Park in Poland with the Lewiston Middle School. Police and the lawsuit say the 7th grader was underwater for more than 20 minutes before he was found. The lawyer representing the boy's father, Ali Abdisamad, says there were only 11 adult chaperones for the 111 students on that field trip, and the state park only provided 1 lifeguard.
Unfortunately, this is an incident that really could have been avoided, and the hope is to avoid further incidences like this that can be avoided.
The suit seeks money for medical and funeral expenses, but an exact amount is not listed in the suit. Lewiston Public Schools issued a new field trip policy after the incident. Some of those requirements include a safety talk and a buddy system on field trips, and if the field trip involves swimming, students must be able to demonstrate they can swim. And there will be 1 lifeguard for every 25 swimmers. Maine is saying goodbye to Columbus Day. By a vote of the legislature and signature of the governor, the second Monday in October will become Indigenous Peoples Day. Governor Janet Mills signed the bill into law today with the chiefs of Maine's tribe looking on. Mills says 7 other states and several Maine towns and cities have already made the same change. Leaders of the tribes say being honored by the state this way is a welcome change. The governor, who battled with some of the tribes as Attorney General, says she also hopes it will lead to a closer relationship between state and tribal governments.
But with this bill, let us continue to heal the divisions of our past and bring the state of Maine's tribal communities together with the state to build a future shaped by mutual respect and trust.
What needs to occur now would be the true real education of what occurred to Native people and how we were treated, so that the education that reaches out to the students in the school is more significant.
The tribes say there are many issues that they still need to work out with state government, including changes to the 1980 Maine Indian Land Claim Settlement. The chiefs say the state is not respecting their tribal sovereignty on a variety of issues and hope creating Indigenous Peoples Day will help get those talks started. Mainers will no longer have the option of including a photo on their electronic benefit transfer cards. The Maine Department of Health and Human Services announced today that it has discontinued the photo EBT program effective immediately. DHHS says the policy of having pictures on cards of people who receive the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, sometimes led to children and seniors being wrongly denied grocery purchases because they were not pictured on the cards. The cards are issued to households, not just individuals. DHHS says that there is no conclusive evidence that the use of photo EBT cards decreases fraud, citing this as a reason for the discontinuation of the program. A Maine motorcycle group cancels one of the larger charity rides in New England after an NTSB investigation into a fatal crash. Late Thursday, the United Bikers of Maine announced the annual Toy Run Parade will not happen this year. For the past 40 years, as many as 3,000 riders gathered in Augusta to ride from the city civic center to a nearby fairground. But in 2017, one of those riders swerved into traffic, causing a crash that killed 2 people and injured 6 others. In 2018, the parade route was modified to exclude the highway. But earlier this month, the NTSB released a report saying the United Bikers of Maine and NTSB could have done more to mitigate safety risks. One precaution, making sure a state trooper was present on the highway for the ride, something that had been done in years past. The United Bikers of Maine say they're taking the recommendation seriously and safety is a priority.
The safest move for motorcyclists all the way around was not to have the parade. It was a very hard decision, as that parade's been going on for 40 years, thereabouts.
The United Bikers of Maine says the parade could return after an extensive safety plan is developed. With Little League baseball season about to start, one of the game's biggest fans is being honored. Maine State Police Detective Ben Campbell was a standout first baseman in high school and college. He died in a freak accident while working on the side of the road earlier this month. His passion and love for the game are now being remembered. Dovetail Bats in Shirley will be donating a special edition thin blue line bat that honors Detective Campbell to troopers and law enforcement that served side by side with him. In Glenburn, Little League organizers are selling T-shirts to honor Detective Campbell. All proceeds will go to Campbell's family.
We thought we were going to do a great thing. It would be a little small, but it would be something. An act of kindness needed to happen. We wanted Hillary and her family to truly understand that people care. But the support from Glenburn, from our Little League, and from everybody, including Colorado and Florida, we couldn't be more proud.
They've already sold more than 700 T-shirts. Just ahead on News Center Maine, a 28-car pileup in Colorado leaves 4 people dead, and those who were injured are lucky to be alive thanks to the help of strangers. Four people are dead after a fiery crash on the highway in Colorado yesterday. A man who was filming a video at the time caught the incident on camera. The crash involved 28 cars when a semi-truck smashed into multiple cars. At some point, one of those cars caught fire and the fire spread. The semi-truck driver has been taken into custody on 4 counts of vehicular homicide. A woman who was injured in that crash credits 2 people with saving her life. She has a shattered nose and a broken arm, but says she's so thankful to the people who helped her make it out alive. Sonia Gutierrez explains. That's Sonia Gutierrez reporting. Leslie is expected to get out of the hospital tomorrow. The man who police say drove his car into a group of pedestrians in California on Wednesday appeared in court today. Police now say they have evidence the man deliberately drove into the people because he believed some of them were Muslim. Isaiah Peoples faces 8 counts of attempted murder for injuring 8 pedestrians. 4 people are still in the hospital, including a 13-year-old girl who is still in critical condition. His defense attorney says the incident was not an intentional act. The DA says racism is not tolerated, and Peoples faces a maximum potential sentence of life in prison. Meteorologist Jessica Conley is here now with a full look at the weekend forecast. And Jess, I know I've been seeing it all over Facebook, people posting memes saying, "Where is the sun?"
I know. It's never coming out again, I don't think. Just kidding.
Oh, okay, cool. That's the forecast. You can go home now.
Yeah, we're done. It's raining tonight. There's actually even a couple thunderstorms tonight. I don't know if you heard them earlier. Those.
It's really tough because I know a lot of the Little League baseball, the high school sports. I coach one of the middle school lacrosse teams in town, and we just can't get out on the fields because they're so messy.
I know.
So
it's the worst. Hopefully soon. More sun.
All right, cool. Thanks, Jess.
Thanks.
And speaking of sports, Shy Quinn Dix, he's known as Shy. He's a sophomore at the University of Maine at Presque Isle. He's a star on and off the court. He's one of the men's basketball team captains and made the dean's list in the fall. And meeting him, you'd never know he's an ex-convict. Shy came to UMPI from Connecticut's Cheshire Correctional Institution, where he served 2 years for writing fake checks. He's never hidden the fact that he was in prison from his teammates or friends. Instead, he's embracing his mistake and living his second chance.
Umpy gave me that opportunity to step into a leader and, be like a mentor in a way, or like a bigger brother to some of my younger teammates. Even after I graduated from Umpy, I will always be connected to these people here that I met, regardless of which direction I go, just because of the opportunities they opened up for me and the opportunity they gave me. And this is my family here. This.
Shy is receiving the 2018-2019 Umpy Rising Star of the Year award, which, according to the college, goes to an underclassman who demonstrates great potential for leadership and growth, a willingness to enhance their skills, and a desire to impact their community. Do you want to see a Red Sox game and help fellow Feed Mainers? Now's your chance. You can bid on our new CENTER Maine Feed Maine Fenway Game Day Package eBay auction. It is compliments of our new partners, Nesson, and will benefit the Good Shepherd Food Bank. The package includes 2 tickets to a Red Sox game, a meet and greet with the Nesson broadcasters before the game, a tour of the Green Monster, and much more. Bidding is officially open and begins at $250. You can learn more on our website and mobile app. Coming up next on New CENTER Maine, a chance encounter leads to a life-saving rescue, creating a unique bond that will last a lifetime. It's a reunion that has its roots in a life-saving rescue. A year ago, 4-month-old Kingston Crowell stopped breathing. His mother panicked, and suddenly a local deputy appeared and saved the infant's life. In the year since, a remarkable relationship formed. Greg Fox reports.